Hello and good morning, everybody. I'd like to thank you first for your time yesterday and the days before for completing and starting the socially savvy checklist. So I really appreciate that. So let's get started with some of some of the steps or guidelines of how to fill in this checklist. The first page, as we agreed all, we're just gonna write down the student's name over here, and that's it pretty much. Moving to the second page, we discussed as well that number 1, 2, 3, 4, these are it means that the first time we do the assessment, second time, third time, and fourth time. For now, we're just gonna only fill in this side. So for example, what's today to date? So let's say 30, and mention the year as well. So it's just going to be 3322. Okay. And then the second, we will just have the evaluator name. In this case, write down your name. It can be individual as the teacher, or it can be both of you who observed the student. So in this case, I'm just going to write down Iman. And the third one, which is going to be the setting of the observation. The setting of the observation can be the classroom, can be playground, can be a combination of a classroom, playground, maybe cinema, maybe any of kind of a special session, IKEA, or anything that is related to the skill, and you observed it over there and you know that they're doing it in that place. So in this case, I'm just gonna put class, playground, and so on. And then for the last one, which is the duration of the whole assessment. How long did it take you to complete this assessment? Completing this assessment depends on so many factors. So you will only be able to know how long did it take you after you finish it, of course. Maybe you will finish it by 1 hour, 2 hours, 1 day, 2 days. So here I'm just gonna put 1 hour. So ideally, because there are some skills that you need to observe and see and check, especially if you don't know the student, it will take some time. But at this time of the year, I'm confident that most of the teachers know their students very well. So some of the questions will be, a piece of cake for them to answer. All right. So we've discussed as well about the rating system as well. Rating system, we have 4 options to write down. The first one is 0. 0 means rarely or never demonstrate this skill. It's not in their repertoire yet. However, it's teachable. We can teach it one day, but they don't have it now. Number 1, the skill, they demonstrated it, however, only on a few occasions. Number 2, okay, they demonstrate this skill, but does not do it consistently. Like they maybe do it, with a specific teacher, but not doing it with other teacher generality, or in a constant way. We're looking as well for the constancy of this skill. Now, number 3 is consistent. They demonstrate this skill all the time, so there is no need to teach it. Basically, what we call it mastered in their skills, in their repertoire. So no need to teach it. And we have also the 4th option to write NA. NA means it's not applicable. Not applicable because of the setting itself, that we cannot teach it maybe in school, or we cannot teach it for the student because of their set of skills. Like for example, if we have non-vocal student and the skill is asking if this student can make conversation, let's say. So making a conversation requires certain skills that is not going to be easily acquired and maybe impossible to acquire for the student using the words. especially if the skill is saying conversation using words. So these kind of things that we're looking for. So we have here joint attending the first set of group. The second one is social play. Third one is self-regulation. And for those who attended the overview, they are aware of what are these meaning. Social, emotional, social language, and we have as well the classroom group, dynamic and non-verbal social language. These are the areas that we are looking for. Now, how to fill in this? So as you can see, we have number 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So if we look here, number 1, we said it's the first time we did the assessment, second time, third time, and fourth time. We're gonna only fill in the first column. Only we're gonna the first column. So let's say, for example, I have a student in mind, demonstrate flexibility with new tasks and activities. If I look and see my student, and I know my student, and I see that they do it occasionally. So in this case, I'm just gonna put 1. All right, and here, let's say, you know, here is 0. Here is, for example, 2. And here is 3, let's say, and here is 0, and so on. All right. So we're not going to touch the column number 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So I just want to highlight as well a few things to keep in mind. What are the difference between the 0 and non-applicable? We said 0 means that this child or this student does not have the skill, but it's teachable. We can teach it one day. Or maybe one day he can acquire it with the proper, teaching methods. However, in the NA, non-applicable, you have the 2 options of you when you decide to put NA. Either you cannot see this skill in the environment, in the setting of a school environment, that there is no way we can test this skill, or no way that this skill will be in their repertoire, or one day they will have it. It's from case to case. So I cannot now give you an example of from here how it's going to be different, because it depends on our students. Because our students are so different, and they are individual with their unique abilities. So that's why it's from a case to case, from a student to student. Please reach out to me or your behavior specialist for more clarification on this side. Now, another thing, there are a few terms that I would like to discuss with you. The first one is the parallel play. In social play, we will find the word plays parallel or parallel play. What does that mean? It means that the child is basically playing independently, but next to other students. They're not interacting with them, but they're showing interest. So they're still playing independent, but they're playing next to each other and showing some interest. And that's what we mean by parallel playing. It's different than playing alone, because playing alone, you will find the student is isolated, like they're playing on a certain corner and the other students are playing on the other corners. No, this means that they're in the same setting. They're playing next to each other, maybe on the same table, okay, maybe on the same mat, next to each other. However, they're still engaging in an independent play. Okay, that's what we mean by parallel parallel playing, sorry. And we also have open-ended toys, and we have also the term of closed-ended toys. So what do we mean by this? For the closed ended toys, it means it has an start and end, like puzzle. You know, when it's ended, when the puzzle is complete. Uh, for example, the shape sorter. So it has a start and it has an end. You know that this toy maybe, or this game, it will take this time. Once it's finished, once this everything, the components are completed, then it's finished. And that's what we mean by close-ended toys. And for the open-ended toys, it means that it's endless. You can play with it with 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. You can play it the whole day, like blocks, trucks. As long as you have blocks, as long as you have trucks, and you can shape it in different ways. So that what we means by open-ended toys. And maybe also you can think about it in a different way, like close-ended toys, you can play it in a certain way. Like the puzzle, you need to adjust it in a certain way. However, with the block and the trucks and the Legos, it has more room of creativity. They give the students a space of creativity. They can play it in a different ways. Okay. Please reach out to me or your behavior specialist again if you have any question or any concern. And I would love to hear your feedback on our WhatsApp group. Thank you.